Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Clay. I hope that you're doing well wherever you may be in this crazy, crazy world. Now, I just wanted to touch on a little bit of what I've been seeing with Kamala's whole PR spread that's come out since she's announced that she is in the running to be the next president of the United States. It's kind of been, not kind of, it's very interesting to watch. She just had a really big rally in Atlanta, I believe, and Meg The Stallion was there, Quavo was there. She actually spoke directly to Trump and pretty much said, I know you've been talking about me and you have a lot to say. I'd love to meet you on the stage to debate, in September. Um, if you have so much to say, come and say it to my face. Straight up, okay? That relates to a lot of people because a lot of people have that feeling. Like, ultimately, in life, we try to go about our lives as don't start none, won't be none. But sometimes people do like to run their mouths, as that man does. He likes to talk quite a bit. So you want to talk so much, but then you don't want to come and debate. So you just want to say all the ish you want to say over on that weird app that he's on. It's not Twitter, but it's some other freaking platform. Um, and you want to say all this mess in the media, but you don't want to get on stage and debate her. That's so cowardly. So it started off with the whole brat with Charlie XCX and Kamala and her team kind of coining that and changing over their social medias to kind of have the same green background and the same writing as the Brat album with Charlie, and using TikTok a lot, which, and if you want to reach people, it's an excellent platform to be on because the reach is so massive and it's so quick, it's fast, it's very, very fast. The information spreads on TikTok. So, starting with that was just amazing. And then I also saw Kamala. She was at this, I believe it was a rally, and she, in that moment, realized she had found her slogan, kind of like she was saying some statement and she ended up saying, we're not going back. And she saw that resonated with the crowd because they cheered, because while that man's slogan is make America great again, which is like, okay, great from when? Like, what are you trying to do? We know what they're trying to do. It's very evident. Um, and then for her to say we're not going back, it's perfect. It's so perfect. And so she said it multiple times. You could see her get excited and the wheels turning in her head, and how that really worked as a slogan against what the other side is using. So I thought that that was excellent. And now the whole thing online, on X, formerly Twitter, I still call it Twitter, but the whole thing now is calling the MAGA bunch weird, because when you think about it, all the shit that is happening, this JD Vance guy who's come out of nowhere, who previously was calling Trump all types of horrible things, even referenced him as Hitler, and then all of a sudden he's fantastic. He's fucking weird. He's weird as fuck, and that is the best term to explain like this timeline we're in. It's just weird as fuck. It is. So online, like, there's like all these pictures of like the MAGA people and their various outfits, when they go out to that man's rallies and whatnot. They're all dressed up in their regalia, and there's many outfits. Okay, many outfits. Some are weird. It's just weird. And I saw one picture of this man. He had made himself as a crucifix, like, not, when Jesus was crucified, like up on the cross, he had made somebody put his ass up there, like he's on a fucking cross. It's like a telephone pole in some, like, a fucking panel of wood as a cross, and he's up there as Jesus. Those are the type of people. Like, I'm so sorry. I should have prefaced this at the beginning. Obviously, this video is not for you if you're on that side of things. So I apologize. You should probably click off. But it's weird as fuck. So I just think that is such a simple and just relatable term to describe what's happening. And I think everybody can kind of resonate that this is weird as fuck. And there's like the shit that they're trying to do is weird as fuck. Fuck with education so that people aren't learning about what's actually out there in life, taking away women's rights. Just, he's not gonna make great financial decisions for our economy. Like, he literally got lucky from what, like, Obama and whatever they did prior. So it's not even like he did anything wonderful for the economy. It's just that this man is a con man. Hasn't he like had bankruptcies? He does fraudulent ass business. What do you think he's going to do being the president? And then they've also taken clips of his rallies where he's talking to Christians and saying, "Oh, I love you, Christians. I love you, Christians. Vote. You need to vote this time, and this will be the last time you vote." What the fuck do you mean? This will be the last time they'll have to vote. This man is trying to get in office and fucking stay there, and that's scary. This is not what this country was supposed to be. Didn't they like? Anyway, this is not what that was supposed to, like. This is just not democracy for a man to be in office and refuse. Ever since he got in office, what was it? I don't even fucking remember what was it. 2016. Ever since he has not been able to move the F on. He's deranged and deluded, and like he can't get past it that he's not the fucking president anymore. It's weird as fuck. You are not the president anymore. And ever since then, he's been trying to act as the president, been saying that the elections was stolen. He just has never accepted it. So them using those clips in their like commercials and their PR and on their social media, showing people what this man is saying. Like, it's real shit. Like, they're saying this shit out of their mouths. It's no longer quiet. They're saying it out loud what they're trying to do. If this man gets in office, he's gonna try his hardest to stay there, and that's just good for nobody. And I don't think he's people who are on his side, they think that it's for a monetary thing, and I just really don't believe that this man knows business like y'all think he knows business. Like, I just don't. Like, he's fucking fraudulent as hell. Maybe if he did business and he had a track record of doing things on the up and up and this, that, and other, and could show for that, possibly, but not even really for me. But maybe I'd understand a little bit more. But he has the exact opposite of that. So it's just like, he's shady. He's shady as hell. And I just think that Kamala and her team have done an excellent job kind of zoning in on who they need to focus on, which is the millennials. And I feel like Gen Z, who's going to come and do what needs to be done. I really do think so, because ultimately it's going to be our future. And what do we want? Do we want to be dealing with the foolishness of trying to get this deranged man out of office who won't leave, who's trying to, cozy up to F and Putin or whatever? Like, do we want that? Fuck no. We want to have kids, and we want to see them grow up with a life, a childhood similar to ours, where it wasn't chaos and foolishness happening. Or you're concerned about, if you have a kid, what rights they're going to have taken away from them. the potential to want to buy a home in the future. Like, I just don't feel like he's going to set up anything where I'm going to be able to buy a home in the near future. Like, I just, he doesn't give a fuck about the middle class or the lower middle class. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. So also at the rally in Atlanta, they brought on Quavo, who is part of Migos. They're a rap group. They were family. It was um, Takeoff, who was, there was three of them, so it's Offset, Quavo, and Takeoff. And Takeoff got immorted by those things that we don't like, that they need to have fucking regulated. And so he was at the rally kind of speaking on needing to regulate firearms and everything like that. And that was good to see him speak on it, because while he didn't talk about Takeoff, you knew that he was there for that reason. So there was that. I think that that was a good move. I don't think that having Meg the Stallion get up on the stage and like twerk and do all that was necessary. I feel like it would have been nice to have her come up there and speak and just encourage people to vote and kind of leave it at that, like classy base and so on and so forth. I don't know. But the fact that she went and represented at all is wonderful. So I think that's cool, and that was a good opportunity. But I am interested to see how, her PR team and her campaign team are going to roll this out as it gets closer to November. And is Trump going to be a coward? Is he going to get up on that stage and debate Kamala? Or are they going to have a showdown? I think it's going to be a very highly viewed debate. I'm sure there will be watch parties and all, probably in bars and everything else, because this is kind of just where we are. And it's like, I can't believe that this is what's happening. That we're really, these are, not that I'm saying these are our choices, like, I don't like Kamala, but like, this is where we are. Like, this man who is literally a felon 34 times over. When, mind you, if it was you or I who was a 34-time fucking felon, do you think we'd be able to get a job anywhere, really? I don't think so. I think it'd be very difficult, let alone the president of the United States. So things already aren't just, they aren't fair for people like him. Like, they get away with any and everything. So imagine, they think they're above the law. He literally thinks that. So, like, imagine what he's going to do. Yeah, I don't know. I just had to get on here and like get my thoughts out, because I'm seeing all this stuff go down. And it's just so interesting to watch, because I know her campaign PR team are just like working their asses off behind the scenes. I'm sure she has some younger, like millennial or whatnot, people on her team to kind of, who are zoned in or what's happening online, because social media is huge. It's massive. It makes a difference. And kind of having their pulse on what's trending and what people are talking about. What are the concerns? Like, if anything, I would hope her team are like really digging in. And there are some things that Kamala is going to have to talk about. And I would like to hear her speak out about race and like her feelings on that, and plans for healthcare. Like, I do want to hear her thoughts and whatnot. So, but still, I will be voting for her, because I mean, like, come on, like, y'all are not going to vote for, like, come on, you guys. Like, not trying to say anything, but really, no. So I just had to get that off my chest. I know that people say we should not talk about and speak about politics, but I think there's a way potentially you can go about it, and everybody is, your feelings and thoughts are valid. You don't have to be nasty about things. You can speak your mind. but we should talk about politics because it affects all of our lives, whether we want to think so or not. In the grand scheme of things, it is going to affect your life, whether you think it does. So it really doesn't take much at all. You hopefully, if you are registered to vote, they make it really easy to find out where you go. You get in line, you go in there, it's an easy process. Telling your name, address, all that good stuff. Give you a ballot, you go back there, fill it in, you give it to the people, they scan it, and then you get a little sticker saying you voted. Makes you feel good, and you go up about your business and go about your day, and you did your civic duty and you did something good, and it really just doesn't take that much. So I want to leave it at that, and I just wanted to touch on that because it's important, you guys. I will see you in another video.